This video is brought to you by 3, bringing you 4G at no extra cost.
Hey guys, welcome to BTech. It's Basil here comparing the newly announced Nokia Lumia 830 with the iPhone 5S. Now Nokia calls the Lumia 830 its mid-range flagship, and that makes it quite relevant to compare with the iPhone 5S because spec-wise, the iPhone 5S is actually pretty outdated. Dual-core processor, 1 gig of RAM, but it's still a flagship, a premium flagship, and it doesn't apologize to anyone for not necessarily packing the horsepower you see in most Android phones. Exactly the same can be said of the Lumia 830. It's got a premium design, a metal frame. You've also got some personality with that back cover being removable. If we take a look at the front, two different size devices, 5 inches, 4 inches. You've got a Retina display and a 720p screen. So while the 720p screen won't necessarily be as sharp, it does look like it packs some decent quality there at the very least. Front-facing cameras on both, as well as 3 capacitive buttons below the display on the Windows Phone device. The Lumia 830 has a volume rocker, power button, and a 2-stage camera button on the side, and at the base, no buttons at all. Left-hand side, no buttons, while up at the top, 3.5mm headphone jack and a micro USB connector. The 10 megapixel rear-facing camera has optical image stabilization and a single flash LED. You've also got the speaker at the base. You can remove the back cover to reveal a battery, in addition to a micro SD card slot expandable up to 128 gigabytes. As far as the design of the iPhone goes, you can see we've got the front-facing camera, fingerprint scanner / home button below that display. On the right-hand side, no buttons, but you do have a slot for a nano SIM card. At the base is a lightning connector and a speaker with a 3.5mm jack, while on the left-hand side, 2 volume buttons, and you've also got a toggle. You've got a power button up at the top, and on the flip side, that 8 megapixel camera with a True Tone LED flash. 1 warm, 1 cool, so you can get very good white balance. At the base, nothing really of note, so that's that. It's worth noting what you can also expect is tweaking of the flash after you've actually shot your picture. On the Nokia Lumia 830, it'll take 1 shot with a flash, 1 shot without simultaneously, and away you go. As far as what's inside goes, it's iOS versus Windows Phone. You've got iOS 7.0 on this one. 8 has been announced. You've got a pull-down bar which indicates some key information. A pull-up bar from the bottom is going to illustrate quick toggles, and you've also got a variable number of home screens based on how many applications you've got. You've also got, if we pull up, you can search your iPhone. iOS is super simple, but so too is Windows Phone. If we see, we've got a start menu here which we can tweak and customize either by laying an image in the background or by just changing the size of our live tiles. On the right hand side, you've got a list of all your applications, a pull down bar with notifications you can swipe out of the way. Now, what's also been updated is Cortana, Microsoft's voice assistant. The Nokia Lumia 830 will be able to activate Cortana even if the app isn't open with a voice command, and just even if the screen is off, just like the Motorola Moto X apparently. This will come with a new update to Windows Phone and Nokia Windows phones rolling out later this year. As far as Cortana goes, it also has geolocation, for example, geolocation fencing. So if you say, Cortana, remind me to do something when I get home, when you get home, it'll remind you because it'll figure out that you've gotten home. Siri's smart, but it isn't quite that smart. If we consider hardware in here, they're actually more similar than we thought they would be. We anticipated the 830 might have something a little bit more powerful in it, given that €340 price tag. But it's got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 400 processor with 1 gig of RAM. 1 gig of RAM, Apple A7 processor. This is a 64-bit processor, and it's Apple's own technology that is the most powerful of its kind out there. LTE on both of the devices. The Nokia Lumia 830 will support wireless charging in all your standard Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, etc. So that's been a quick hands-on with the Nokia Lumia 830 and the iPhone 5S. Hopefully you've enjoyed. If you have, make sure you click that like button. If you've got any questions about either of the devices, file them in the comment section below. It'd be really interesting to hear whether you think a €340 device can take on the mighty iPhone 5S. Thanks for watching.